So I want to just start by saying that I'm wearing the same clothes I was wearing yesterday. And that's because I'm doing these videos ahead of time because I'm going on vacation after Easter for 2 weeks, going down to Houston. And so you'll forgive me if some of my clothes are similar, right? Karen said, you should bring different clothes so that people don't think you're doing it all on the same day. And I said, well, I don't really care if people know what I'm doing on the same day. That doesn't matter. So I'm hoping it doesn't matter. Anyway, we are now at the end of Job. And this is beautiful. He's now been berated by God and telling him, you don't really know what I'm like or what I do or anything. And Job comes to the realization that, yeah, he doesn't. And he says this in 42, verse 2. He says, I know that you can do anything and no one can stop you. So now he knows that God is amazing, can do anything. Now Jesus picks up this same thought. Later, Jesus answers his disciples' question, and the question was, then who in the world can be saved? You know, this is when Jesus says it's harder for a rich man to go through harder for a rich man to get into heaven than to go through a camel to go through the eye of a needle. And the disciples go, well, if a rich man can't make it, who can? See, they're kind of still working on the idea that rich people were blessed by God in a special way, where the poor were not, which is a wrong-headed idea and wasn't God's thought, just like we talked about yesterday. But Jesus answers by saying, humanly speaking, it is impossible, but with God, everything is possible. See, Jesus is picking up on this same thing that Job said, that I know now that you can do anything and no one can stop you. So today, that's the message, that God can do anything. Now, will he do what you want him to do? Well, he's not Santa Claus. God's going to do what God's going to do. But here's the thing. We often work only off our own power, our own strength, and we don't, it's kind of like God's got all of this ability and strength up here, wants to give it to us, but we say, oh, no, I got this. But, we don't have this. We don't have anything. And the more we think we do have something, the more anxious we're going to be, because we realize deep down inside we don't have anything, but God does. And so I want to encourage you today to look to God in all things, to trust him, to know that he's working his will through you and around you, and that he's very, very powerful. Although he doesn't work in right-handed power ways very much on this earth, he definitely is working, and he's working in your life, and usually in kind of left-handed ways, kind of ways that you would never expect, right? Because that's the way God works, in ways we would never expect. So I would encourage you to spend today just kind of keeping your eyes open for what God is doing all around you, and realize that he's going to be working in ways that you never, ever imagined. And not in ways you would have worked, but God is working, and God is very powerful. So God bless. I hope you have a great day. Take